Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Krishna Prestaya Bhutale Srimati Siddha Swarupananda Paramahamsa Iti Namine. Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasade Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Haribol Namaste, Jaya Jaya, Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Krishna, Haribol.
Jai Jaya, Krishna, Jai Jaya, Lord Shinkadev, Jai Jai
Jaya
Krishna.
Jaya Lord Nrsingadev.
Thank you very much, Isaac, Cleo, and Krishna Dasi. Maraming salamat. So,
Haribol, sir.
Haribo, Namaste. So, because we're actually celebrating the appearance day of Lord Nrsingadev, which will be on Sunday. But because Sunday we only have a question and answer there, I thought of I thought of discussing it today. The uh, glories of Lord Nrsingadev. Would you like to hear it?
Yes po, sir.
Yes, please, sir.
Yes.
Okay. I know that most of you have already heard about the story of or the pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, yeah. But it's always nice to listen to it again, yeah, because it is never old. It is always new. Okay. First time I heard the pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, I was 15 years old. 15 lamang po ako noon. Yeah. And each time I hear the pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, it always gives me goose pimples, because you can actually see the wisdom of Krishna as Lord Nrsingadev. In other words, nobody
Aribol Namaste, sir.
can
Excuse
trick
me
that.
lang po.
No one can trick that.
Aribol,
Even if
sir.
you're the most bright or the most intelligent person in this world, yeah, even if you're the most brave and you can be the royalty of the world, you can even conquer the heavenly planets such as I don't know. Ay, Haribol, Haribol, Haribol. Mahina?
Yes po,
Teka,
sir. Mahina po yung audio niyo po.
mahina daw sound ko. Hold on ha. I'll try to check. Ayun. Mahina nga. Okay, what about now? Okay na?
The same pa
Does
rin,
my
sir.
sound better?
The same pa rin, sir. The same.
The
You have
same
to,
lang?
yeah, the same. Walang dagdag.
Kunin mo nga yung ano ko. Kunin mo yung bag na yun. Dali. Yung bag ng bag. I'm going to use a microphone ha. Sandali lang ha. Yun. Dalhin mo rito. Krishna. Ayan. Hiniram kasi itong computer ko kahapon ng anak ko. That's why nagalaw niya siguro somewhere. I don't know. Let me know kung nadidinig niyo maigi ha. Dito nga. Iano mo nga ito. Ito ba? Dali lang ha. What about now? Walang improvement?
Okay na, sir. Okay na. It's louder now.
Louder now, no?
Yeah.
Okay. Sandali lamang ha. Crisp. Microphone. Dali lang. Microphone. Select a microphone. Select a speaker. Okay. Noise removal. Okay. So, okay na, no?
Yes, sir.
Better, no? Okay. So, even if you're the most uh, even if you're the most number one, the most strong person in the world, okay, you can even go to other planets. You have mystic powers, etc. Just like Hiranyakashipu did. He was outlasted by Krishna because what he was asking from Lord Brahma when he did all this, meditation and sacrifice, he was asking actually for immortality, someone who cannot be killed. Okay, so in this pastimes of Lord Nrsingadev, we can see here that Lord Nrsingadev did not he actually followed the blessings of Lord Brahma. He did not break it, but yet he was able to kill the demon Hiranyakashipu. Okay, so the story really is that we have to remember Hiranyakashipu has a brother, and his name was Hiranyaksha. And Hiranyaksha actually was almost as powerful as he is. No? Kaya lang, Hiranyaksha was killed by Krishna. That's why he was very, very angry at Krishna. He was very angry at Krishna because body-body sila. His best buddy, his best brother, Hiranyaksha, was killed by Krishna. So both of them are actually demons. If you know this, the story behind it, they were actually the two gatekeepers of the spiritual world, Vaikuntha. Jai and Vijay. Okay? Now, they were cursed by great devotees, the four Kumaras. When the four Kumaras wanted to enter the spiritual world, they have got to pass through the gate. And these two brothers, okay, did not let them in because they did not recognize the four brothers. The four brothers, the four Kumara brothers, were actually great saints, although they were eternally young kids, and they were always did not have any clothes. So they thought that these four kids were just going to disturb the peace and order of Vaikunta. So they did not allow the four brothers, but the four brothers said, actually, the four Kumara brothers were the sons of Lord Brahma. But because they were very highly elevated, they curse the two brothers, and their curse was that they can come back again to their position in the spiritual world if either they become a devotee in the material world, yeah, or demons in the material world. So in the material world, as demons, they would have to incarnate again and again as demons for 6 times. And no 3 times. 3 times they have to reincarnate again and again for 3 times as demons. Okay, and as devotees they would have to reincarnate 6 times. So what they did was, the 2 brothers said, okay, we'll just have to be demons, because the demons after 3 births, okay, they will come back and position themselves as the gatekeepers again. All right, so that's what they did. So as you can see, Hiranyakashipu and Hiranyaksha are 2 brothers. They were actually Jai and Vijay. Okay, they were actually the 2 keepers. So that was their first incarnation. And it was Krishna who actually killed Hiranyaksha. And it was a great battle, no? Hiranyaksha was a very powerful demon. And it was a great battle, but ultimately, of course, Krishna won that battle. And with the consternation of his brothers, Hiranyakashipu. And Hiranyakashipu actually said to himself, I'm going to avenge my brother's death. So, you know, I will have to meditate. I will have to do a lot of sacrifices in order for me to get some power. So he thought of meditating, making Lord Brahma his worshipful Lord. And as you know, in the Srimad Bhagavatam, it is described that Lord Brahma is actually very easy to please. Very easy to please. If you become his devotee, you will be able to get a lot of blessings from him. Okay, so what he did, Hiranyakashipu, was to meditate on top of a hill. This hill is not an ordinary hill, but it is called the ant hill, an ant hill. Okay, and it's actually full of ants as big as this. You know, very, very big ants. And you know, because he was also a yogi, his form was that of a tree pose. As you can see, a tree pose is that only one leg stands and the other leg is encircled around the other leg, like that, and his hands are pointing towards the sky. Ganon, you know. He was in this position for not days or weeks or months or years or decades. He was like this for thousands of years. And this is the reason why Lord Brahma actually noticed him Because wow, grabe. You know, he was meditating like this, but his desire was to ask for a blessing, no? And that blessing is immortality. Sige nga, may picture ba yan? Na nagme-meditate. Yan, you see that? Pero yung paa niya hindi gano'n na. Yung paa niya it's called tripos, okay? But he was actually very powerful, that there were flames throwing up in the sky, and even the demigods were disturbed by this. The demigods were disturbed. Okay? So, what happened was, he meditated for thousands of years, because the age of Yuga at this time was still Satya Yuga. Satya Yuga. Okay? Where a person can live for 100,000 years. So for thousands of years he really made it a point that he would sacrifice, and he would endure a lot of pain, because he wanted to gain power. He wanted to gain power. So Lord Brahma was very, very pleased. He became very pleased. He noticed, wow, this is my devotee. He, imagine, without eating, without drinking water, he was only ingesting air. Yogis can actually ingest air only. Great yogis, not the fake yogis that we have right now in the world. But the yogis of before, they can live with just air. Okay? And you have to remember, because of his great sacrifice, the ants actually ate half of his body. Half of his body were eaten by ants. So, for example, the face like this. On the left hand side, there's still flesh, but on the right hand side, there's still flesh, but on the left hand side, it's skeletal. It is already skeletal, and half of his body was skeletal. Okay, but he was still able to survive. That's how powerful this guy is. He was able to survive, using the Ashtanga yoga and Kundalini yoga. Okay, where he tried to use the Kundalini power. Imagine, half of his body is gone, but only half is still intact. But nevertheless, he did not die like that. And Lord Brahma was very, very hey, huwag kayo maingay, okay? Don't be he was very, very pleased, in other words. So he actually came down. He came down from Brahmaloka to earth at that time. We have to remember, before, demigods are able to visit earth before. During the Satya Yuga, Treta Yuga, and even Dwarpa Yuga, But on Kali Yuga, very, very seldom do they come here. But before, there was interplanetary travel that happens, no? So Lord Brahma came over to visit him, and all of a sudden, when Lord Brahma came down, he Hiranyakashipu became very, very youthful, because he was already very old. He was very old, and half of his body was already gone. And all of a sudden, there was a transformation of his body, and he became very, very youthful. I am disturbed by their talkative mga apo ko. Sorry. Okay. So what happened was, they were Lord Brahma actually asked him, I am very pleased with what you're doing to me. And he was able to talk it out, because he became very youthful and very strong person, from having only one half of his body, and became very old like that. Imagine, no food, no water, only air, but at the same time, Lord Brahma, who is considered to be the creator of the universe, gave him a blessing of youth-looking individual. And Lord Brahma said, my son, just let me know, what kind of blessings you want. And he said, if it is okay for me not to be killed by any man or animal. And of course, Lord Brahma said, yes, I can give you that. I can give you that blessing. You will not be killed by a man, or any animal. Okay. Or what else would you like? I cannot be killed by any weapon. So he cannot be killed by any weapon. Not even grenade or bomb or whatever. Or lance or trident or whatever. Knife, samurai, like that. Hindi talaga siya mapatay niyan. And Lord Brahma agreed. Yes. Okay? Because Lord Brahma became very, very pleased with him. And what else would you like me to give you? I cannot be killed either on air, land, or beneath the sea. I cannot be killed at nighttime or daytime. I cannot be killed inside a home or outside of the home. And all of these were granted by Lord Brahma. He granted all the wishes of Hiranyakashipu. In other words, if you try to look at it closely, he was asking for immortality, correct? I mean, normal thinking, you would know, oh wow, no animal, no man can kill this person. No weapons, he cannot be killed at nighttime or daytime. He cannot be killed in the air, on land and sea, like that. Grabe, he is actually immortal already. And that's the reason why, when he was able to get all these powers, he ransacked all the kingdoms of earth. He went to all the kingdoms of other kings, and all the kings were very afraid of him, and he was not he was not what you call this. He was not contented with that. He even went to the planets of the demigods, and and created great havoc there. Great havoc. So the demigods were actually very, very afraid of him, because he could not be killed by any means. They wanted to kill him, but they could not kill him because of his so-called immortality given to him by Lord Brahma. So Prahlad Maharaj, the son of Hiranyakashipu, was a great devotee, however. He was a great devotee. And Prahlad Maharaj had special teachers arranged by his father. He instructed the teachers to teach him how to become super materialist. The four material progress, as they call it, so religiosity, sense gratification, wealth, and of course salvationism. All these four are considered to be material. These are all considered to be material so-called progress. And he wanted his son to follow in his footsteps. He was the sole heir to the throne, and of course Hiranyakashipu wanted him to follow in his footsteps. But the problem is that he was just 5 years old when he was instructed to be an atheist. To be an atheist. So Hiranyakashipu's minions, his soldiers, started to plan for the killing of Prahlad Maharaj. This is the characteristic of a great demon. Even their sons, daughters, mother or father, like that, because of their greed and power, they would kill anybody. They would kill anyone. They would kill anyone. So his instructions for his special teacher was to teach him how to be an atheist, a great atheist. So what happened was that when they are teaching their students, including Prahlad Maharaj, the how to become great materialist and great atheist, at 5 years old, Prahlad Maharaj told his classmates, don't waste your time in this world living a materialistic life, because you will not gain any happiness. The only time where you can become truly happy is to be engaged in the loving service of Krishna. So while the teachers were trying to give them lectures on materialism, Prahlad Maharaj egged his friends and classmates to just chant holy names of Krishna, Kirtan lang. There, you see that? That's Prahlad Maharaj right there. And the teachers didn't have any other plans, because they could not kill Prahlad Maharaj, because Prahlad Maharaj was the son of Hiranyakashipu, no? So they went to Hiranyakashipu and complained, Master, your son is useless. He doesn't want to listen to our instructions. He just wants to chant the holy names of Krishna every hour on the hour. Every time he just wants to chant. And he was actually convincing all his classmates to also chant the holy names. So his father, the demon as he was, decided to kill him. Okay, if he will not follow my instructions, I might as well just to get rid of him. So what happened was, he asked his minions to kill him. Give him first poison brew or poison juice. So he was eating, and then he was given a poison brew. And they were looking at him, expecting that he would fall down and die because of the poison. But they were so heartbroken, because he just drank it like water. And nothing happened to him. And of course, they tried to feed him to the they actually threw him in a dungeon full of mga ferocious animals, like lions and tigers and pythons and cobras, name it. So all these wild animals, they approached Prahlad Maharaj, but Prahlad Maharaj was just sitting down, meditating on Krishna, chanting the holy names like that. And of course, these wild animals just simply what? Just simply lick him like that. Ninilik lang siyang ganon, no? They did not kill him, because he was greatly protected by Krishna. That is also one of the moral lessons here. The great devotees of Krishna are always protected by Krishna. Always. So, and Hiranyakashipu knew about this, and he said, okay, throw him from the mountaintop. So they grabbed him and threw him like 1,000 feet from the mountaintop towards the sea, where there are rocks protruding like this. Talagang pamamatay ka pag nahulog ka doon eh. You are going to die. Yeah? So, when they threw him like this, in the middle of the fall, Krishna grabbed him, and slowly they went down, descended down like this, and Krishna put him on a rock, okay, and he continued his meditation. And of course, the demons wanted to that one, You see that? Oh, Krishna actually grabbed him. Kita mo yan? Ikaw ba gumagawa niyan, Rhea? And of course, they wanted to see his body because, they knew that the king, Hiranyakashipu, would ask for the body. So they said, okay, why don't we climb down and try to retrieve his body, because it was like thousands of feet away. So they went down, and of course they were thinking, yeah, we will grab his body and show it to the king. So, but unfortunately, when they went down, they actually saw Prahlad Maharaj meditating there, very, very peacefully, sitting down on a rock. Freak out yung mga demons. Yung mga demons talaga freak out. They couldn't believe it. They couldn't believe it. And there were many, many instances. And I think the last portion of that instruction by Hiranyakashipu was, his trusted friends, his trusted friends who were great demons also, to kill him personally. So there were like 10 of them, bringing tridents and lands and spears, etc. They went there and and actually threw him in a cave, and they were like all of them were really wanting to kill Prahlad Maharaj. But by the time that they were about to kill Prahlad Maharaj, there was a change of heart. Bigla naawa sila. Bigla naawa sila, and they couldn't kill him. That is precisely because Krishna was there. Krishna actually protected his great devotee. Yeah. And of course, this news arrived at the doorstep of Hiranyakashipu. Hiranyakashipu was very, very mad. He became very, very mad. Yeah, so what he did was, it was dusk. You know what dusk means? Dusk is it's not nighttime and it's not daytime also. It's like 5:30 in the afternoon. Yeah, where there is a transmission from daytime to nighttime. Yung hour na yon, it's called dusk. In the morning it's called dawn, but in the afternoon it's called dusk. So it was dusk, and and Hiranyakashipu was walking sa hallway ng kanyang palace, hallway. Yeah. And nakita niya ngayon, he saw Prahlad Maharaj, and he said, Prahlad Maharaj, I would like to know who is helping you. Who is helping you? Why can't you be killed? And Prahlad Maharaj gently said, oh, Father, it is the same person who is helping you also. Helping you. Hindi po ito. That's not the that's not the picture. Um, and of course, he said, nobody is actually helping me because I am God. He became very proud of himself because even the demigods were afraid of him. Yeah, he got intoxicated. That's the one. He got intoxicated by his own power. So Hiranyakashipu said, "Okay, where is this God that you're mentioning?" He said, "Oh, he's everywhere. Father is everywhere." You know. And the more Hiranyakashipu got mad, everywhere I can't see him. I can't see him. I don't even see him. Where is he? I'd like to meet him. Is he here in this pillar? There's a great pillar there. Is he here? And of course, Prahlad said, yes, he's actually inside that pillar. And immediately he grabbed his sword. He used for battle, and he struck this pillar. Bah! And this pillar, all of a sudden, Lord Nrsingadev came about. Half man, half lion. Half man, half lion. That's the one. Yan. He actually saw this and he wanted to fight it off. So there was a great battle that ensued between Lord Nrsingadev, and here it is not seen, but actually he's got thousands of soldiers who attack Lord Nrsingadev, and all of them got wiped out by Lord Nrsingadev. They all got wiped out, and of course he was the one personally who tried to fight it off with Lord Nrsingadev. And of course Lord Nrsingadev immediately caught him by his waist, yeah, and put him on his lap. Lagay mo yung picture na yung put him on his lap, and actually bifurcated his entire body by pulling off his his organs, yeah, pulling off all his organs like that, and yeah, that's the picture. Pwede mo palakihin yan, Rhea? There you go. You see that? Prahlad Maharaj was there. Prahlad Maharaj was very, he was actually very peaceful. He did not have any fear at all when he saw this. But look at the face of Hiranyakashipu. He was actually facing death. All of his innards were taken out by Krishna, by Lord Nrsingadev, and put his all his intestines and wore it as his garland. Yeah. In short, he was defeated, and he actually fell from a very horrible death. Like that. Now, what is the moral lesson of this story? The moral lesson of this story is that nobody can trick God. Lord Nrsingadev did not violate. He did not violate the blessings of Lord Brahma. Yeah, because he was killed on his lap. That was that was not he was not killed on land. He was not killed on the air, and he was not killed beneath the sea. He was killed on his lap. He was not killed by any weapon, but he was killed by the ferocious fingernails of of Lord Nrsingadev. Yeah. So he was not killed inside the home or outside of the home. He was killed doon sa hallway. And he was not killed nighttime or daytime. He was killed at the dusk time. So all of the blessings of Lord Brahma, he did not violate. The atheists, materialists, they think that they can trick God, and become very, very proud of themselves when they are able to have a small amount of power like that. Yeah, but he was not successful at all. He was not successful. That's the moral story. The moral story is that nobody can trick God. Nobody can outsmart Krishna. Nobody can outsmart God. He remains to be the cause of all causes, the source of all sources, the reservoir of everything. Yeah. He remains to be always number one. He is second to none. Okay? That is the moral story of that. And yesterday, Srila Prabhupada gave a little insight on the character of Lord Nrsingadev. He actually said that Lord Nrsingadev is like a lion. Well, he was a lion, half man, half lion. Yeah? And a lion uses his teeth to actually eat the flesh of his prey. Yeah, and uses his nails to capture his prey, like that, and eat his prey. Yeah. So the demons actually, the atheistic people, they end up facing horrible death. But the same mouth or teeth of the lion and his hands like this also gently picks up his cubs, yeah, like that, and transfer him from point A to point B gently. Yeah. So the devotees of Krishna actually they're very, very well protected by Krishna, although he uses the same mouth and the same hands, but Krishna is very gentle to his devotee. That's why you can see the picture there of pwede pakilagay mo yung picture ni Lord Nrsingadev and Prahlad Maharaj, yung isa, yung yellow, yung una, yung pinakauna, that one, you see that? Yeah. Lord Nrsingadev here is very, very gentle, very, very gentle, and looked at his devotee with full of love and compassion, like that. And of course, Prahlad Maharaj did not feel any fear at all. he actually just loved seeing his Lord, Narasimhadev. Okay, so diyan po magwawakas ang ating munting storya. Do you have any questions? Sino si Realme C11 2021? Wala. Jaya, Jaya, Lord Narasimhadev. Jaya, Jaya, Prahlad Maharaj. Jai Krishna. Haribol. Haribol. Yan. So we will stop here. I hope that you were able to catch a glimpse of the pastimes of Lord Narasimhadev. Yeah. And very, very gentle feature of Lord Narasimhadev in this particular photo. Yeah. And Prahlad Maharaj actually became the king. He took the heirs of the kingdom of Hiranyakashipu, because Hiranyakashipu was killed, cruel death. He faced a cruel death of through the anger of us of Krishna. Yeah, Lord Narasimhadev. So may question po kayo? No questions? Mandy, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Haribol, Mandy.
Horrible,
Yeah,
sir.
Yeah, I hope that you were able to grasp the story very well.
I do my best, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Sino naka-assign sa kirtan? Rhea? Let's have kirtan.
Wala pa pong naka-assign sa kirtan, sir.
Kunin mo yung guitar. I will do the kirtan. Kunin mo yung guitar. Yung isang guitar. Ayan. Nandito yata sa cabinet. Oo, mamaya na. Kunin mo muna yung guitar. Yun na. Yes. Krishna. Try to check if my sound is okay. Alright? Because usually, it doesn't work, Yan. Okay ba yung sound ko?
Sige nga po. Try po, sir, na may lyrics.
Can you speak a little louder?
Try po, sir, na may mantra.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Okay na po, sir.
Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay lang sound?
Yes po, sir. Audio is okay.
Ha?
Okay po, sir, yung audio.
Okay naman ang sound. Guys, George, is my sound okay? Isaac,
Purple, sir. Yes po. Loud and clear.
Good sound.
okay naman?
Okay.
Okay, kasi nakaano naman ako eh. Original sound for musicians. So I got it. All right. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Swarupananda Paramahamsa Tinamine. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prastaya Bhutale Srimate Swarupananda Paramahamsa Tinamine. Bhaja Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasudeva Bhakta Vrinda. Bhaja Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhara Sri Vasudeva Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Chant. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. Diyan ka lang, Hare. Haribo. Maste Narashingaya Pralada Lada Daine Hiranya Kashi Purvaksha Silatam Kanakalaye Tom Narashimho Paratom Narashimo Yato Yami Yato Narashimo Mahir Narashimo Ilaye Narashimo Nasringa Marden Serinam Prapraday Namaste Narashingaya Pralada Lada Daine Tiraniya Kashi Purvaksha Silatam Kanakalaye Tom Narashimo Paratom Narashimo Yato Yami Yato Narashimo Bahir Narashimo Idaye Narashimo Nasringa Marden Serinam Prapradai Tabakara Kamala Bare Nakam Adbuddha Shringam Dalita Iranyagashiputano Bringam Keshavadirita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Tabakara Kamala Varenakam Adura Shringam Dalita Hiranyagashiputano Breham Tavadirita Narahari Rupa Jai Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Jagadisha Hare Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev Jaya Nrsimhadev. Tuloy lang. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev, Jaya Nrsimhadev. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Prahlad Maharaj, Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaur, Jaya Jaya Srila Prabhupada, Jaya Jaya Nitai Gaur. Gurudev, Gurudev, Jaya Jaya, Jaya Gurudev. Guru Dev. Jaya Jaya, oh, Jaya Guru Dev. Jayom Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paravajakacharya Asatera Satya Shri Srimad Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrindam Ki Jai. Prem Shikahu Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrindam Ki Jai. Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur Ki Jai. Sri Sri Radha Krishna Gop Gopinath Shamakunda Radha Kundagiri Govardhan Ki Jai. Vrindavan Dham Ki Jai. Mathura Dham Ki Jai. Navadvip Dham Ki Jai. Jagannath Puri Dham Ki Jai. Tulsi Devi Ki Jai. Nitai Gaur's World Mission Ki Jai. The appearance day of Lord Nrsingadev Ki Jai. The appearance day of Lord Nrsingadev Ki Jai. Jaya Prahlad Maharaj. Haribol. Thank you very much for all the listeners. Maraming salamat sa inyo. I'd like to thank Saak and family for the wonderful entry kirtan. Maraming salamat, Haribol. Maraming salamat sa mga listeners and participants for tonight. Of course, I'd like to thank our host and our admin, Rhea, and of course Janner, together with his family, Mina and Kalkidas. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Haribol, Jaya Krishna.
Salamat, sir. Hari Krishna.
Okay, over to you, Rhea.
Salamat din po, Sir Radha. And thank you, everyone.
Haribol. Jaya Krishna, Jaya Nitai Gaur, Haribol, Namaste.
Haribol.
Ako, Jaya Lord na Chingkad. Signing off.
Take good care, everyone. Haribol, Jaya Krishna, Jaya Lord Nrsingadev. Haribol. Yan. Ha? Bakit host ako?
Na-leave yung host.
Na-disconnect po si Ate Rhea. Medyo hindi po ako yung internet connection niya, sir. Sorry.
Okay, okay lang.